News at 10, your eye on West Texas.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Strackhouse. Thanks so much for joining us here late. We begin with a story out of Midland. Police confirm officers were involved in a high-speed chase around 6:30 this evening that began in the 900 block of Midkiff. Viewers say they saw a white Ford Grand Marquis heading north down Midland Drive, followed by 6 Midland police vehicles. Police tell us they eventually got the driver on foot without incident, but details are still limited at this time. Stay with CBS 7 as we continue to keep you updated. And 2 fires broke out in Odessa near 20th and Shakespeare. One fire was in a dumpster and the other was a truck completely engulfed in flames. The fires are still under investigation and it is unknown if they're related. Stay with CBS 7 and CBS7.com as we continue to investigate. And today a ceremony was held in remembrance of 22-year-old Zach Landry, who died in a car crash earlier this month. Odessa police confirm that a Mustang and a Chevy Silverado were racing, heading eastbound on 42nd when the Mustang struck a Ford Expedition, turning off of 42nd. Now, however, the family tells us that this wasn't the case. CBS 7's Caitlin Crawford was at the event today and spoke with family about their devastating loss. Caitlin.
Thanks, Sarah. Earlier today here at Buffalo Wallow Park, friends and family members joined together to release hundreds of balloons in remembrance of Zach Landry. Now, family members confirmed that they said their son was not street racing.
But then, like I said, from the only witness that I know that actually saw the entire wreck, as well as one of the young men that he was supposedly racing, said they weren't racing.
Based on the facts of the investigation, Riley Porter, suspected of racing Landry, was charged and arrested with racing on a highway, a Class B misdemeanor. CBS 7 confirms that Landry was involved with a car club, and other drivers were in attendance today to take part in honoring his memory.
And I went from not knowing them to, feeling like they're an extension of Zach.
And members made shirts this week to raise money for the funeral expenses.
His car club and his friends, he's riding the clouds of heaven right now. Thank you.
They began the balloon release ceremony with this phrase printed on Zach's license plate.
He never said goodbye. He always just said see ya. It was never goodbyes with him.
See ya! He loved the Lord, and that's something that's been a blessing to us, is knowing that.
He was just caring, and he loved everybody here, and he's just amazing.
The family continues to find support within the community as they cope with the devastating loss of their loved one. With your eye on West Texas, Caitlin Crawford, CBS 7 News.
Caitlin, thanks. Sad story. While everyone's out doing last-minute Christmas shopping, make sure you're being safe on the roads. 2 separate overnight wrecks left 2 people dead and 1 in the hospital. The first was around 11 in Midland near Loop 250 and Big Spring Street last night. Midland police say the driver of a Nissan, 24-year-old Kobe Bruce Ali, overcorrected while driving on the loop, smashing into an Upton County deputy's vehicle. The Nissan caught fire and Ali died, and the Upton County deputy was transported to a hospital in Lubbock with critical injuries. And just hours later, police and fire departments worked another fiery wreck in the 1400 block of East Wadley. 22-year-old Alfredo Trujillo was not wearing a seatbelt and hit a parked semi-trailer. Police believe he fled the scene of another accident in which his vehicle hit the fence of Aldridge Gardens earlier that evening. Trujillo later died from his injuries at the Midland Memorial Hospital. Alcohol is being investigated as a factor in both crashes. Now, this morning was a little bit misty, but it turned out to be a beautiful day. Weather specialist Daryl Ward is in the Pinpoint Weather Center now with a first look at weather. Hi, Daryl.
Well, good evening. Yeah, today we started off cloudy, some fog, some mist, and that is basically what we're going to see again in the morning, at least for the eastern parts of the Permian Basin. When you get up on your Sunday morning in the city of Odessa, you're looking at a chance of fog, 39 to start the day off with light winds out of the south. About 5 to 10 miles an hour for Midland. Chance of fog in the morning, 38. So again, it'll be a damp and kind of chilly start for your day. For Big Spring, fog possible also. About the eastern half of the Permian Basin could see fog tomorrow morning. 41 to start your day off. On the other hand, Pecos, you're going to see mostly clear and colder. 34 to start your morning in Pecos. In Fort Stockton, mostly clear and 38. So a little bit colder start where the skies are going to be clear and there's going to be less chance of fog, mostly clear and 34 in Alpine. to start your day off. And Marfa, oftentimes a cold spot in the state, will be again 28 to start your day under clear skies and light winds. Now, after the foggy start, tomorrow is going to be pretty decent, and we will come back here in just a few minutes and show you, tomorrow's also the start of winter, see what things are shaping up for your Christmas week. I'll have that and more in just a few minutes. Sarah?
Daryl, thanks so much. Falling oil prices and budget cuts are prompting expectations of a hiring slowdown in 2015. This has caused some anxiety among students pursuing petroleum engineering degrees. Crude oil prices have fallen this month to $55 a barrel, and many analysts are not expecting price recovery in 2015. However, not all students are concerned. Today, CBS 7 spoke with a recent petroleum engineering graduate who walked across the stage last Saturday. He shared his take on the current decline in oil prices.
I've actually heard people going to the extremes of saying that, it was the wrong field to get into because of the oil prices dropping, but I don't think that's the case. For us that work in the oil field, we see the oil prices go down, and it does bring up a concern, but we've seen it in the past, when the boom and bust, I guess, it goes up and comes down. And
for more information, you can visit CBS7.com. The Odessa Jackalopes hockey team hosted what's called a teddy bear toss during their game this evening. Participants could buy a teddy bear or bring their own to toss onto the ice when the first goal was scored. You can see everyone had lots of fun during these festivities, and the best part, it's all to benefit West Texas children. All donated teddy bears will go to Odessa Regional Medical Center and Rays of Hope in Midland. And also at the game, our partners with the Honor Flight received a generous donation. The check for more than $10,000 was presented during the first break. Honor Flight raises money to send the World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam War veterans to see their war memorials in Washington, D.C. CBS 7 went on this year's trip, and DVDs are available. All you have to do is call our newsroom. This holiday season, a number of organizations are coming together to raise shoe donations for children right here in West Texas. KOL-RCA is working with Buckner Benevolence to help those children in need. Organizers say shoes are critical not only for safety and cleanliness, but many schools don't allow children to attend without shoes.
Asking folks to donate shoes for the children in the Permian Basin that don't have shoes, and surprisingly there's quite a large number of children who don't have shoes or don't have decent shoes, and so we're trying to raise shoes for that and raise awareness for that. We're working.
Al says they're still looking for many pairs of shoes. To find out more about the organization and drop-off sites, you can visit their website at kwell.com. And if you're in the giving spirit, the Midland Animal Shelter Adoptables, or MASA, have been fighting their $13,000 vet bill for months now. They've been closed for intake for over 2 months, and now the veterinarian is asking for payment. They have until Monday to raise $5,000. Otherwise, they have to stop taking in any dogs until the money gets paid off. To find out how you can help MASA, you can visit CBS7.com. Still ahead on CBS 7 News at 10, a Texas woman gets a mink coat from a complete stranger. That story and more coming up in a few minutes. Stay with us.